Our jargon of the day. This is the part of the day, I call it the warm-up. When we take on one word, one phrase, one anagram every morning and demystify it. We'll give you the actual definition and then a working definition that hopefully is not as jargon intensive. So it's all about finding a way into the jargon, right? To be able to apply it to our specific children and start to understand these terms. So today, the term is prosody. And you may have heard of this if you were an English lit major, you've heard of the term prosody, but it's slightly different when we apply it to autism. So let's take a look. Prosody, the use of intonation and vocal stress to convey information about the structure and meaning of an utterance. Okay, not too bad as the definition goes, but let's take it a step further down. The use of pitch, loudness, tempo, and rhythm in speech so the listener can understand what is being said. You know Ben Stein, the great actor, who everything he says is monotone, right? And sometimes it's great for comic effect that we have a character who's saying something and it's all like this, but we don't want our kids to be that way, right? And sometimes a child with autism, as they're learning language, will have that sort of monotone, and it makes it hard for people to understand. You know, I have a really good friend who's a comedian, and she'll say things like, "I'm so excited," and she means it. But I'm always having to say to her, okay, are you being serious, or are you really, are you being sarcastic? It's hard to read, and we don't want our children to have one more stumbling block in communication. So prosody becomes really important. And we can teach this to our children. But if somebody says to you, okay, we need to work on prosody in speech with your child, you want to gain an understanding that your child is not upward inflecting when they ask questions. So sometimes people aren't going to understand that they want an answer, or they're just, they're not conveying excitement or fear or whatever. They're not speaking loudly enough. They're not pitching their voice at a timbre in which they can be heard. All things that can be worked on.